we got nothing planned for this one, friends. We got no intro, we got no outro, we got no midtro. Good to see y'all, though. This is Tragically HP, welcoming you back to Roleplaying Unlimited, a brand new Friday night experience. We are gonna do a little something different here. We got a 3-player party gathered and ready to go. And we will see just what kind of adventure we will together shape on my home brew moon of Isilya. Thanks for joining us, friends. Get over here to the very exciting screen of nothingness. Oh, look at that. You can just see the very tops of our avatar colors here. Evidence of a very quick stream setup here by yours truly. Here we go. We'll get that set up. Bump. Bump. And
what's about to happen is going to be hard to watch.
Oh, I don't doubt it in the slightest. Good evening, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, indeed. Brian, welcome to the table, new player.
Hello.
Good to hear you. Good to meet you. I'm sure we are all absolutely fascinated with this screen of absolute nothing that we have been thrust into. Paul got a brief glimpse of it before I hid it entirely from your view. Knowing Paul, he has already screenshotted it and copied it and printed it out and sent it to each of your addresses, so make of that what you will.
Expect it
actually
in
on my
3
wall
to 5
now.
business days.
It's on your wall already. All right, apologies for the late kickoff here as well. We're going to do a brief reveal here just so we have a little something to look at. This isn't necessarily where our characters are going to be at, but we have played on this map a bit before with one of our Sunday morning tables and with our Tuesday evening table last season. So let's reveal that area up here in the northwest.
It was the debut of a friend Riel. My cleric secondary character.
Was he on this world? I think that was more recent.
It might not be the one I'm thinking of. The picture I saw where there was a helicopter in the corner.
Correct. Yeah, that's back on Enemir, not so much here.
Oh, my apologies.
Oh, good. Oh, gosh. Click the wrong button, and now it's like, you need to update, you need to sign in, do this, do this. You haven't checked it forever. Because I never check it. Why is it a freaking button on the bottom of the screen? Likewise, we have explored this region on the polar opposite side of the map. Let's, turn order, we don't need that. See if our... Aha! It does work! Wonderful. Let's reveal a little area over here that we have also checked. This is where Tuesday went. This is actually where Nihilus made his debut almost a year ago at the Isle of Prosperity and the Great Center. We then flew up to the Malkor's Island, where we faced off against the demon dragon of Malkor's. That demon dragon happens to also be an ancient time dragon that during the endgame battle with Nihilus fused with the Time Mistress. Or that is how she became the Time Mistress, I should say. She was just the mistress before, but once the Time Dragon and her fused at the moment of their perishing, they became the Time Mistress. So that is the extent of what we know about Isilya. Out of game, in game, still TBD as far as what our characters know. And let's check on that.
I'm sorry, what's her name?
Whose name with the what? With the what?
Do you mean Time Mama?
I mean, that's what some have
Time
referred
Mama.
to her as.
Azzy has mommy issues, okay?
Alright, let's check who our characters are here. What the heck is this toddler number 1 and number 2?
We're just setting up the vibe early.
We're curating the space for you, Daniel.
Well, okie dokie. Very cool. Got me a new pipe yesterday. May have to christen that baby tonight. A super thoughtful gift from a thoughtful friend here in the community.
Was it J-Man or Conduit?
Was it J-Man or Conduit? It was Reasons / Ariana.
Oh, nice.
I know my pipes.
Much love to Brad and Terry as well out there in Streamland. Hope you all are having a good night. Likewise with the rest of you there.
Speaking of which, now that there's a face to the name of the character, I'll be back in a second.
I'll be back. I'll get the countdown. Alright, so we got a Warlock. We got an Artificer. What is the Warlock again? I didn't see the subclass. Ah, the Great Old One.
Bird.
I have
yeah,
no
great
clue
old-
what to do for sub.
Let's see. You are still okay. Are you? I'm gonna assume. Are you unfamiliar with the Roll20 engine here?
I've looked into it a little.
Very cool. Let's actually craft a new character sheet for you here. Of course, you can feel free to change the name as you see fit. Right now, the character is at the top of the journal named TB Azip. When you open the sheet, you're going to see the 3 button options. How do you want to create this character? Click the first one, use the Character Mancer, and that's going to open up a guided process to show you the options that we have in play for class, for race, for equipment, for spells. When you finish going through that, you'll have a level 1 character, and then it's a very easy process to guide you from that to updating levels 2 and 3. And likewise, the Character Mancer will give you our subclass options, and you can it makes your character creation process a lot more streamlined.
Okay.
While we're doing that, keep on building stuff up here. Zyfax destroyed a town with a meteor swarm. Yep, over there by the Red Hold. This was the original area of the map that I built, and everything else kind of spilled out from there, so it was definitely a lot of fun to explore this region. We never explored Academy Isle. We never did that. I think we have gone through our playlist here. Oh, no, we got one more song here for the opening themes playlist, and then we'll move on to something else. Maybe something a little happy, maybe something a little sad.
Gimme a man after midnight.
Okay,
A
we
little
need
happy, a little sad.
Let's create a new page here as well. Get us onto what will become our landing page. We're going to construct the usual digs right here before your eyes. As I said, I am not coming into this prepared except for a couple of ideas that I will throw your way, and then you will all decide our path from that point, and then I will build the next couple of sessions based off of that input. Where the heck are you? I hate when they do this. It's like they change the name of the pack that I use. They sure did. Yep, it used to be called Chibin Grove, the company that made it. Now it's called Dashing Dashboards. Eesh. Let's go with... Oh, heck if I know. They'll just use the classic. Voila! Get rid of the bars there. We don't need any of that. Grid opacity. None whatsoever. There we go. There we go. Oh gosh. That sounds like an exploration I would like to be part of. Now we'll get to our new playlist here. Let's do a little adventure. And now that we've got our primary landing screen set up, we'll start getting your tokens in place. Looks like we have a couple extra character sheets here. Don't think we need that one. Beautimus. I can see Brian's working on his there. Good stuff. Oh boy, oh boy. What do we have here? Come on, roll 20. There we go. Oh, goodness. If anybody sees my brain, let me know, because I seem to have misplaced it somewhere.
It's gone, buddy.
It is. I think I left it somewhere like a couple blocks over, and people don't return those things when they find them. What is your... does your character have dark vision, Paul?
There are gnomes, so yes.
Is that 60 feet?
Actually, let me double check that. Do gnomes have dark vision? Yeah, do. It's 60 feet.
Oh, found my brain. And, oh gosh, it's even farther away than I expected. That's not good. Alright, let's check. Oh, there is Ari's character token. We're going to have to change that up once we get the opportunity. For now, we'll keep it blank. Just assigning the values here. Looks like you wanted to kind of play through the character a bit before any such assignment.
Yeah, I want to learn a little more about the world before I decide too much on her. I think I know her general vibe.
Alright. Does your character have dark vision?
Yep, 60 feet.
60. Okay. Voila. There we go. That's all set. Much better than the default token they used to have, which was just looked like the old Facebook token if you didn't put a profile picture up. Take care of Paul's there. Delete that. Add that. Save that. There is our party. 2/3 completed. Let's see here. We got a little more. We got a little more. There's a lot more. Oh gosh. If I don't get my brain back, I'll lose my perspicacity. Okay. Now, to assign a couple of notes right here, and while I do so invisibly from your perceptions, kindly tell me the unabridged version of your character here, Paul.
I haven't went into a lot of detail with them yet, but this is Tecto Techie Toddle. They are an ex-druid turned artificer who, after leaving their village and actually seeing some form of technology, just get unbelievably obsessed with it and had to know everything about it.
Technology does fit the theme of this moon. It is a high center of technomancy.
They are a battlesmith, so they have their companion with them, of course.
Is the companion a bird by chance?
I haven't decided yet, but I do like the idea of having a bird.
How will everybody talk about the bird?
A bird.
A bird, bird, bird. A bird is a bird. I mean, if you bring it in a bird, then we get to use that all the time. So, just putting that out there.
No. Please, oh God, no.
Not
I was
again.
making...
Not again.
Honestly, because they're a druid, I was going to float the idea of having it being a normal animal, but that has been altered with technology in some way.
Hmm?
My main idea was to have a
Ah.
rat that was in a little like mech suit as the steel defender.
Okay. Yeah, like maybe the animal was dying and he saved its life by infusing some technology into it, kind of thing.
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Doesn't necessarily have to be that dramatic, but something in that vein. That totally works. I'm cool with that.
How did we do the ability score?
We use the standard
Standard array.
array. Thank you, Ariana. Hi, Papa.
Also, I found an image for socks.
Oh, well, okie dokie. Do you know how to upload that to your token?
No. It's attached to my sheet, but I do not know how to mess with my token.
That's okay. If it's attached to your sheet, I can make the necessary adjustments.
Daniel, do you happen to have a steel defender stat block that I can
I do.
sort? Right, I'm trying to make one and I'm just
Yeah, I can make a character sheet for you. That's no problem. I'll just drag it out. I'm just finalizing our quest board here. We're going to have a few different options to choose from, as stated. And that is where my 2 brain cells are currently focused right now. So if I'm a little delayed on any other requests, just bear with me.
And her name will be Priscille.
Priscille.
It's Gaelic for precious.
Aww.
It was what I named my when I made a ranger before the coalescence, the current coalescence. It
Yeah.
was a ranger named Wisp who had a badger called Priscille.
Aww.
Very, very
And
cool.
now he's dead. I assume it wasn't at the final battle, to be fair.
pretty good.
He was just a baby.
And I've updated my character's name to fit her vibe better. She's now Hillary.
Love it. Hillary Keller.
I was thinking like Hillary, but hell. I wanted her to sound a little more like prim and proper-y for the Legally Blonde, but
Oh, you're gonna love Techie. Going to infuse your business suit.
yes, power suit. I also love in Legally Blonde how the girls and the nerds and stuff support each other.
You gotta love it.
Very nice. Alright, quest board is ready for us when we get to that point. Now we're looking for a steel offender. Based off of proficiency bonus, currently you're at 2, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Boom. There we go. We'll get that all sorted. Alrighty. So far you guys got me down in the count here. 2 curveballs, or I'm sorry, 2 strikes, and no balls. We are. How do I know which one of you is Toddler 1 and which is Toddler 2 when I'm assigning preferences such as character sheets and what have yous?
I'll change it for now.
I'm like, alright, we got the character sheet set out. It's in everybody's journal, can be edited and controlled by. Oh dear, which one is which?
Techie.
Oh, and it didn't. I guess because I'm in the menu, it's not going to allow me to see that. There we go. Beaut.
It's my baby.
There's that, and that is all set up for you there. They call me El Fusilado. And looks like here comes a new challenger. Do 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 do. Well, that's a new one. Are you able to upload that same artwork into the box below the illustration there, Ariana?
Yeah.
Because for some reason it's just doing
On
this.
Hillary?
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's because... I think I know what happened. Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind that. Yes, are you able to upload into that box?
The little chat box with Tawny's pick in it. That box?
It'll be when you open your character and click the edit button on the upper right.
Alright.
And then...
Oh, default token.
Correct. Yeah, because I assigned your default token to this, apparently it's locked into that until I replace it with something else.
Oh, yeah.
It won't allow me to delete it
Okay,
for some reason. And if that's the case,
get
then...
that in there.
Oh.
All right, that should be in there.
Sounds good. I like it. Whew. Man, 108 degrees out here is no frickin' joke. This temperature just jumped up in a big way this week. Doing the work, Lurk. What's going on, DJ? Good to see you there, buddy. Something went wrong with your query. Well, that's par for the course. Oh, goodness gracious, bodacious Ignatius. Okay. Oh, we got something a little new here. But not quite as cool. Okay. Don't wake Daddy. What do we got? 24 by 20. If I told you guys that we weren't going to start off meeting in a tavern, would you believe me? This one's kind of cool. Pays to be a Roll20 Pro subscriber sometimes. Got this one for free with my Pro subscription there. Every month they give you a new pack or a series of packs, what have you. Looks like Brian's about halfway done there, up to the equipment stage. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I think from here on out it should be a pretty quick process. Spells and feats, depending on what you took. Should be a pretty straightforward. Nice. Wait a second. You made your token, you customized your token as well? Well, that's freaking awesome. Good job, Ariana.
Bang, bang, bang.
Super cool. Looks like it kept the old name attached to it, though. There we go.
No.
Oh, guess we'll have
Oh
to
well,
change
maybe
it.
that was her old high school nickname.
So yeah, some names never change.
My nickname in high school was Larry.
Larry?
Yeah, I introduced myself, said, "Hey, my name's Ari. Some people call me Ari." The kid in the back laughed and said, "Huh, did you just say your name's Larry?"
Oh my gosh.
5 years. 5 years I was Larry.
What
Larry.
the fuck? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it became a full name with the last name and middle. It was on all my athletic uniforms.
Oh, well, mine changed. Mine seems to have changed every few years. In elementary and junior high, this by far the most embarrassing, and I will heavily penalize anyone's XP bar who dares to use this in our community against me. But Because I love y'all so much, I'll tell you. Daniel Cocker Spaniel.
That's not too bad.
Oh man, I definitely found it pretty embarrassing. High school, I became known as Tin Man because apparently my style of drumming was a little robotic, and the teacher was like, "We need to get this guy some oil. He looks like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. He just oil, oil. You need to loosen up when you're pounding those skins." And then a bunch of other ones until we end up with our current iteration of, in short, HP. So, Ari, why don't you tell us about your character? Ah, very interesting.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So her name's Hillary. She's a girl's girl. She is used to just kind of having fun, but lately she's hunkered down and is getting a little more into her books. She's become a warlock. And she's out there moving, grooving, trying to show the world what she's made of.
Cool. Is that the replacement token
Yeah,
for the
this is
pet?
my baby.
All right.
Priscilla the Defender.
Very cool. I'm gonna make that change on the primary screen. Is that correct? It has 1 HP and 11 AC?
15 AC and 20 HP.
Oh. I like the first one better.
I think it's like 4 plus intelligence plus 5 times your artificer level.
5 times. All right.
I've finished up.
Beaut. All right. Paul, if you delete that token and drag it out again, it should show as correct. And let's
Beautiful.
see. Brian, for your character here, when you open it up again, where it says at the very top, Rogue 1, there's that little red anvil next to it. Click that. It'll open the Character Mancer again to guide your process to update level 2. And when you're finished with that, do it one more time and it'll guide you through level 3. And then you'll be all caught up.
Okay.
Okay. I do think... Let's check our character sheets.
Hey y'all, my computer crashed. It is rebooting.
Ruh-roh. Right in the middle of this epic battle, what are we going to do?
I kill Hillary.
Oh dear, well now we're really
No!
You stood on Priscilla's tail!
screwed. And for some reason the thing goes "Meow" in response.
It just sounds like a car alarm all of a sudden. I put way too much tech into this badger.
Okay, checking Hikaru here. Very good, very cool. What class? I'm sorry, what race did you go with for Hikaru?
Elf.
Elf. Do you have a token for artwork that you want to use, or do you want me to look through my library here and assign something for you?
No, I don't have anything for that.
All good. Yeah, we have tons of copyright cool artwork here, thanks to the licenses and what have you through Roll20 and a decade of collecting things. That's a tiefling.
Okay, I am loading back in.
Very cool. Any gender preference for your character there, Brian?
Male.
Character is male, alright. Good to know. It's amazing how many humans and halflings come up in my library search when I type elf. I'm going to throw down a few different options here, see which one you find most appealing. Alright, let's go back to the start page here. We got a few options for you there, Brian, when you're able to take a look. Just let me know which one of these you prefer. If you hold your left clicker down on a section of the map for like 2 seconds, it will actually ping that spot so we can all see it. And let's get into a bit of lore for our setting here. This is the moon of Isilya. Isilya is the primary, the only moon of the world Enamir, a long-standing homebrew campaign setting which has been around for, at this point, longer than some of our players in this community have been alive. It was created in 2002. So yeah, it's been through a few campaigns here and there over the years. And eventually I kind of started running out of space as much as I did not want to. I started feeling like I was running out of room, so I went and created the moon so we would have a whole new playable area. The moon is a highly magical realm. It is largely unexplored, and it is home to a variety of different races. Many of them I tend to use Isilya to explain the new races that are introduced through new source books, new material, what have you. When we introduced Kobold Press, also briefly, and we had probably like 20 new races enter the campaign. Isilya was a great backdrop to just say, yeah, these are the races that are native to this world, as opposed to just all of a sudden, oh yeah, these people have been here all along, we just didn't notice them until this campaign, which is also one way you can go about it. The world of Isilya, or I'm sorry, the moon of Isilya was actually populated via the first space travel from Enamir. The country of Danamar was the most highly advanced realm of them all. They had gone through a number of technomancy upgrades. Part of their lore actually included, what was it? An alien visitation upon their royalty, and a deal was struck between the king of Danamar and the agent of these alien visitors known as the Ictora. The country of Danamar was very, very rich in uranium and other valuable resources that these aliens had very, very high need of, but our somewhat primitive medieval Danamari, who were still just getting wind power and what have you at this point, not really on their radar. As Danamar grew in technology, however, they came to realize the value of that which they had so given away in this trade, and 3 or 4 kings later, we had a less than honorable man sitting on the throne who decided to renege on the deal with the Ictora. This led to the destruction of the country of Danamar, as the aliens were very quick to enact their retribution. They were prepared for something like this. It wasn't the first time they had ever encountered such treachery. So while the human traders known as the Astopholi were initially successful in catching the aliens off guard, the ultimate price was paid not only by those traitorous nobles, but by the country of Danamar itself. A lot of its citizens who had no idea any of this was going on. At the height of its prosperity, coincidentally was the name of the campaign when all of this went down, was Prosperity. Danamar's capital city had actually been split into 16 floating motes of earth that sat about 200 feet above the landscape that the rest of the country was at. It was a very interesting sight to behold. They had airships, they had air taxis. It was like the height of technomancy when Danamar was at its prosperity. It unfortunately made the alien destruction of Danamar all the more tragic, because all those cities they had their anti-gravity machines destroyed, shut down, what have you, by the Ictora, and these motes of Earth came crashing down like short-range meteors, down to the landscape below. Many, many were killed. Danamar was never the same. A project that Danamar was working on at this point in time was the settlement of the moon of Isilya. They had sent a number of rocket ships up there. People had started settling, spreading out over the moon, creating their own civilizations, establishing alliances with the people who were already here. And suddenly, Danamar is destroyed, and the ability to travel back and forth between Danamar and Isilya is gone. That is where we find ourselves here, as our characters are probably, unless our characters are exceptionally old, we are probably descendants of those original settlers. They've probably been here, I'd say at this point, about 50 years was when the first rockets landed, and it's been about 40 years since Danamar was destroyed, and we've had any real contact with the world that we came from. We all dumped our strength again. Oh god, alright, let's bring in Jason here again. I think I
Jason's
caught...
the big bad in this one.
You know you love...
It's the most useless stat.
I think I caught a ping over here from Brian. If you would be so kind as to hit me with that again. This guy. All right. We will remove the other 4. Get you over here and let's assign all your preferences. Green bar represents your hit points. Everybody should be able to see everybody's hit point value, not just the bar itself, but the numbers. If that is not the case, let me know. Little quality of life thing for all of us, so we don't have to go through the whole Q&A of how bad do you look? Well, on a scale of 1 to 45, I'm a 6. There's Hikaru. We got you set up with your dark vision, with your hit points, with your armor class. If you click on your token, the blue number is your armor class, the green is your HP. If you take damage, you're able to edit that through your token or your character sheet. They are linked to each other, so either a modification on either will take effect for both.
Okay.
I've also got that set for you. We got your rogue, elf, all set. Went with the phantom. All right. Check over everything here. Make sure it looks good. Yep. Got a little magic option there. Excellent. Looks good. Looks good. While we're here, any details you would like to share with us about Hikaru? This is a good time to do so.
Sorry, I'm looking at some.
All good.
No, there's nothing I really want to say about my character.
Alrighty. Make sure to set that for advantage there, Paul, like we like it. Let's move you all back to the region map.
So dark.
We're gonna get some of
To
this.
advantage then?
I'm sorry?
How do we set to advantage again?
Do a test roll on your character sheet. It should already be set that way if I did things correctly. Yep.
I normally set mine to toggle,
Sick.
just in case.
we're going to start off right here in the capital city area of Brando City, right by the Barrett Straits, the Virgin Lake, and right across the way from the Bane Mount. So that ought to set us up nicely for our adventures to come. Get a party token right here.
Space pirates.
Y'all should be able to move this around as needed. As far as our backdrop here for this setting, it varies depending on where we are. It definitely changes. Almost, this is kind of the border of the realm of influence where we are at. Once you get into the water and into the island nations or whatever, as it were. I mean, we don't really see any of it out here, but we do know this entire region is just ocean, ocean. We can see a little area of it here. At least half of this map is just covered in water and different islands. Each island is kind of its own entity. Some of them might be part of the same group, but for the most part they are all kind of their own place to explore. And they have a much different culture, somewhat, than what we find here on the land, where it is all desert. And most of these settlements that we find, like Brando City or Bleak Rock or the Briscoe Mines, all of these are settlements that were constructed by the peoples who settled this moon before our characters were born here. And the backdrop that they have kind of settled into is an Old West kind of setting. So most of the buildings, most of the dress, the style, it's very cowboy-ish. A lot of that influence was used to construct this side of the region. You'll notice that in a lot of the names as well. Like there is a location further down the valley here. You guys can start to see the beginnings of it, where the Virgin Lake becomes the Virgin River, and that's directly ripped off from the area of the world that I live in, right here by Vegas. The Virgin River, Colorado River, that's all synonymous, and because I live in the Southwest, it was kind of easy to draw influence. But there's a Silver City, there's a Crystal City, there's a place called Whetstone, another place called Ginsburg. So a lot of Old West, Wild West influence in that respect. And not just in the naming of the cities and the design of the landscape around you, but also in the lawlessness that we will find as we venture further from Brando City. Brando City is the capital, so it's where the governor lives, it's where the military is based out of. If there is a center of law and order, this is where it's at. But the further you get away from that into the other regions of Brando, you will find that you are kind of left to your own devices, whether that means you become outright criminals yourselves and start terrorizing the poor, innocent, defenseless townfolk of the region, or whether you become victims yourselves. That will entirely be... Yeah, we're definitely going to play a little Sandbox here as well. I'm going to establish some stories and some plots, but those are all going to be based off of the direction that you all choose here. Some of my players would say that the very best campaign I ever run was done with this kind of theme in mind. I don't know how we're going to be space pirates, because we don't have access to space anymore, but we do have boats and an open sea here to the east, and pirating could certainly become an option.
Normal pirates.
Normal pirates. So, that being the case, let's jump back over here to the opening page. And this will be our quest board right down here. These are very generic. The people who are looking for aid with these matters are not trying to divulge the full information of the task at hand. They don't want the wrong people responding to these ads. You've been in this region long enough to know that when the quest board gets filled up like this, it tends to generate a lot of interest. So take that into account. Get room. Get Arium.
Get wrong.
Alright, our first 3 options here.
Burn time's good money.
Pretty straightforward, but that could be anything. We got missing royalty. We got a magical mystery. We have a valuable site that requires safeguarding. There are 3 additional quests on the board: a scavenging of rare components, the discreet delivery of a package, or you guys can just go right into it. If you want to let somebody experiment on you scientifically, there is an option for that. These
I'm an
are
artificer.
these
I'm
are
an artificer.
well, you're not doing the experimenting. We're going to do it on you. We'll let those kind of soak in for a few moments. We will also get Hikaru on the field of play. Looks like Hillary standing on top of the table there. Giggity, giggity. And everybody else is just kind of sitting
Someone
around.
checks out.
Yeah, everybody else is
She's
just
gotten
kind
into the tequila.
of sitting around watching.
Women in a business suit dancing on a table drunk.
No, she's more. Oh no, yeah, no, she might dance on the table if she was drunk, but she's also serious. Moderation. There we go.
And I will leave this up to your characters, whether you all know each other coming into this, whether we are just meeting here for the first time. These quest boards tend to be group activities you've seen. Each of you has probably worked with a stranger or two in your past to get to the level that you are currently at. But whether you've worked with each other before is entirely up to you. But as you're looking at the quest board and you're in need of work, your coins are starting to run a little low, you're just eager for some action, whatever the case may be, you kind of can't help but gaze at each other as well as the quest board, thinking like, well, they're all obviously looking at the same 4 higher signs that I am, so maybe we can make a go of this together. I will slip into observation mode here and see what you all concoct from this point.
Hillary's gonna walk right up to Techie and say, "Oh my God, I love your outfit. It's so like nature chic."
Techie fully ignores you. In the sense that they clearly didn't hear you. They're actually sitting at a table. Priscilla's eating like fully sitting on the big rocket vibes from Priscilla, just sitting at the table eating a sandwich, and Techie is just fully engrossed in what they're building right now.
Oh, okay.
Priscilla's the one that picks the jobs.
Priscilla's the boss.
Yeah, I'm the one following. I'm Priscilla's steel defender.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of picking a job, I would like to imagine if we're, I don't know if any of us are regulars in here, but maybe we've came across each other, but Like, we know of each other, but not necessarily know each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah, entirely what you all
Yeah.
decide on.
Heard of each other around town, maybe familiar faces, but haven't directly interacted a bunch.
Polite conversation, sitting at the bar, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That
What you
sounds
think?
good.
Teki, like, comes back to reality. He's like, huh, wait, sorry, what did you say?
Hillary will just laugh a little bit and go, "Oh, it was nothing. I'm just admiring this cutie here." And she'll look down at Hillary.
You look down at yourself?
Oh, whoops! Out
Oh
for
boy.
shield.
We got a narcissist!
I mean, that might also click a little bit for her. We'll find out together. It'll be a fun adventure.
Yes, this is my daring companion, who I sometimes swear is much smarter than I am.
Fact. Are you guys, by chance, looking to form a party or anything like that to tackle one of these quests? I'm trying to get some experience and pad my resume.
Well, funds for new materials is running a little low. And my last adventuring party kind of ditched me here, so... Hikaru, are you interested in any jobs?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking.
One that kind of struck out at Techie at first would have been probably the mystery.
Yeah, Hillary's definitely interested in the mystery.
That's the one that caught my eye too.
Because
Ooh.
with this semi-techish world, Techie would assume that if it's a mystery, it's something technological that someone doesn't understand, so... They'd be all about it.
The magical mystery tour. Step right this way. Is that what we are committed to then, huh?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. There is a payphone here. Thankfully, it only costs a copper coin to use, but you are able to dial the number of the quest giver, and they agree to meet you here at the tavern to discuss further details.
Hikaru, what kind of weapon are you using at the moment?
Short swords.
Could I see one for a second?
What are you gonna do to it?
If Hikaru hands it over, Teki will start pulling things out of a bag, and you see like sparks. They turn their back, and you like see sparks flying and cartoonish hammering sounds, and they will put one of their infusions on it. Resistance breaker. Spend a charge and you can negate all of that creature's damage resistances.
How would I go about doing that?
Basically just if you look on your right side of your page, you would be able to make a little like tracker for it, and you would just whenever you're about to attack, you would just say, "I'm going to use one of these charges," and then sadly, it requires you to remember to use it.
Oh, the bane of my existence,
Oh yeah,
memory.
for sure.
Very cool. Yeah, nice little update right there. This well-dressed tiefling steps into the establishment, takes a seat at the table across the way, and eyes each of your characters. You the ones that called me.
Hillary will walk up confidently and reach her hand out to shake. We certainly are.
He takes your hand and shakes it in return. Ah, very good, very good. Please take a seat. We have much to discuss.
Hillary will sit down and like pull out a sheet of paper and start taking some notes.
He looks expectantly over at Hikaru and Teki. Surely you're not going to leave this young lady to tend to the mission all alone.
Huh? What?
Hikaru moves over to the table to sit with them to listen in on the conversation.
Ah, good, good. Yes, I thought it was... I was told that there were 3 of you. Yes. He unrolls a dated map upon the table here. Moving us back here. We're going to carve out another few swaths of territory. I've not gone through the exploration of every part of this region, but I can tell you that some areas are particularly more inhospitable than others. This map may guide you in your travels ahead. Oh no, we revealed the whole page. Let's hide that. Trying to reveal a specific...
I have said too much.
Trying to reveal a specific area, I ended up doing the entire page here. Getting a little sidetracked. Whoopsie whoopsie. Okay, let's do a quick redo of this area up on the northwest. We can assume those areas that I revealed as part of the previously on Roleplaying Unlimited, those are also part of his map that are revealed, so we can just have that as it is. For whatever reason, though, I cannot get this to work. There we go. Oh, goodness. Awesome. Okay. Now that we're back up to speed with that, we are going to carve out that. Yep. The rest of the Barrett Straits included in there. Your site lies quite far away. You may encounter a few ne'er-do-wells between here and there. I trust you will handle that in the fashion most fitting. Your location far to the west is known as, and he draws your attention over to here, it is known as the Ultima Stone. An ancient ruin, he points at this Ildor right there, lies before it. It is a ruins that cannot be bypassed on its way to the stone. The stone, in fact, lies within the ruins. An old ruin as well, a mining town known as Diamond Head. Evacuated, vacant for some time. Try to do this again without revealing the entire map. Reveal area again. Yeah, now we'll carve out this entire section over to here, back to there, all the way through here. Almost there. Excellent. Yeah, that ought to get us a nice chunk of the central area there. Ildur's heir, yes. I dare say you will find the most resistance, but also the most potential for exploration, treasures, experience, and the like. If you make your way through the central area here, along the river, through the monstrous realm of Rawmad, through the Blood Gorge, Crystal City and Silver City may have additional equipment you find useful if you wish to travel to there. Likewise, this region, this pass right here, tends to be a bit contested. The ruins, the dungeon of Whetstone, as it were. Not a place I recommend visiting. I have only stayed within the site of the ruins on one occasion and found it more than enough for my liking. This southern passage here may prove more pleasant, more easygoing, but do not underestimate the underhanded nature of the farmers who call that area home. They will not hesitate to try to milk every coin from you that they can if you are passing through their domain. That area is also known in recent days to have come under attack from bandits that call the Mrodir Mountains their home. So, as you travel through this region, if this is the path you so choose, I advise you to keep your eyes on the mountains here. You can use the measuring tool. It is measured accurately. Each hex being, looks like 2 miles-ish, so it's not the most sprawling territory, but it is going to take us a while to get here to the Ultima Stone. I mean, if we take one of the more direct paths, that's still about 3 days on foot, and that's assuming we don't run into anything, we don't get sidetracked by anything. The path you choose, of course, is your own. I have only been these 2 ways. I do know for a fact that the bridge up here by Fort Greene does wrap around a mount here I believe is known as the Bastion. I have not spent any time in that area, but there are further settlements in this region, and you could potentially take a more circuitous route to get to Ildur in the Ultima Stone. Those are the 3 most obvious routes I am familiar with, but your path as far as how to get there, I am not particularly interested in. What I would like is you to secure the site of the Ultima Stone, and he grabs a mighty rock from a pouch that he keeps at his side. It's not a purse, it's European. This is known as a sending stone. This sending stone will allow us instant communication once per day, if you have need of such. When you get to the site of the stone and have it secured, that will be one such need.
Hillary's never wanted to turn down a pretty rock, so she'll reach out her hand for it.
Yeah, Yes, do keep it safe. It is not indestructible nor the most resilient, but kept in proper care, you should find it to be quite useful.
Hillary's holding it like a iPhone with a cheap case. Like, I won't break it.
Is this work that your group is familiar with, that you have experience with?
Hillary's just gonna launch into one of those interview answers where she's like not really talking about her experience, but she's talking about stuff around it to make it sound like she's got it.
Techie's just sitting on the floor looking haunted from past memories. No, Techie will admit that he's done a few jobs similar to this.
Any details that I might be aware of? I'm as unfamiliar with you as you are with I.
It was a small job delivering items
Sir?
by boat.
I was hoping it was pizza.
Yes, one of the islands desperately wanted an all-bean burrito, and they just couldn't afford the couldn't afford the teleportation circle
The
to get it there
delivery.
fast enough.
I hear if you don't do it fast enough, they get it for free.
Yeah, about 28 days, I think, is the rule. Don't worry,
28 days
they
to
cast.
deliver a pizza. Hopefully it's inside of a bag of holding and it's a frozen pizza.
Cast spare the dying on the burrito as soon as it comes out of the oven.
Spare the dying.
Stays fresh the whole way.
I don't know, maybe gentle repose would be more appropriate. Why don't we, he looks over to Hikaru as well. And how about you, good sir? Any experience in this line of work? You do seem properly armed and equipped for the occasion, but any particular relevance?
Nope. Mostly just defense.
Gotcha. Combat experience, not so much magical exploration. That's fair. Let's have each of you roll a persuasion check. You can find that in your skills listing on the left side of the page. Just click where it says persuasion, and that'll get you going. A mighty 7.
Starting out strong. She's nervous.
Better than me. Come on,
We've all
Hikaru,
got
you
the
got this.
like interview jitters.
I think I was right though. I think Hillary is the persuasion person of the group.
Yeah.
How do I get it to roll?
Just click on it, the persuasion, and it should just roll automatically.
Yes, indeed, that is the case for all of the interactions on your character sheet. If you kind of scroll your mouse over the sheet, you'll see numerous things kind of highlight. And when they do, you can click that and it'll post the results to our chat log for all to see.
Rasil will also roll, of course.
A natural 1! Oh man, it just keeps getting worse. Oh, his
Oops, on the
first
floor.
His first roll for the table is a natural 1. Yikes.
Priscilla got a 13 though. The badger that can't talk.
Yeah, exactly. The one that we are really
You-
not relying on to handle our negotiations. You don't want the pet negotiating your fee because you're just going to get an extra large 10-pound box of milk bones, and that will be for the party to split.
Been there.
Which, of course, Priscilla will just keep for himself.
Exactly. So the rest of the party does all the work,
You
and
get paid in
Pursuit gets
experience.
He is precious.
very good, very good. Well, with
So how
that
many?
in place, this is a task that might take you some time. I am not. I am particularly eager for results, but I am not eager to place you in harm's way or hasten you across what is at the moment uncertain territory. Let's. Can we agree to 700 gold coins for each of you? 200 to be paid now, the 500 to be paid upon completion.
Techie feels sick.
You will
Is
undoubtedly.
that like a lot of money?
It's a fair wage for the job being paid. You will have need of a certain amount of it just for your provisions and your supplies just to get you from here to there. The rest of it, of course, is yours to spend as you will. It's a lot of money for an intro quest, but for level 3 characters, it's certainly a fair chunk of change. Uncommon magic items, if you can find them for sale, will cost about 500 at max. So if we find a merchant in that respect, you would have some coin to purchase.
Techie's of the persuasion of as soon as he gets paid, spends it all.
On beer.
Yeah. On gin and mechanical components. And milk bones for Priscilla, of course.
Get in his own milk bone
Necessity.
zone. Shall I take it by your tremendous protestations that the amount is sufficient?
Oh,
Hillary's giving Valley Girl vibes. It's like, yes, that's a reasonable amount of money.
I could totally buy a coach
Yeah.
purse and a manicure.
yeah, it depends how far along it is. Because if it's not her thing, like fashion, she doesn't know.
How many boba tea stores are on the way there?
An Old West setting? I don't know, you might find a sarsaparilla sand here and there.
Ooh, boba sarsaparilla.
You know, I think Hillary would have enough business savvy to know to not take the first offer, but to try to bargain. But is that what the persuasion check was for?
It was. He was definitely like conducting an interview with you, trying to gauge your experience, your confidence, your answers, and based off your persuasion rolls is the amount that he offered. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we can't still try it back and forth. It just means you're starting from not the best ground in trying to negotiate further.
600 is how much he's willing to pay us if we die on the way there.
Ah, yes, of course. In the event of your untimely death, I will handle all funeral costs and arrangements.
That is actually very good business practice.
I think when I die, I just go back home, so it's not really an issue for me.
Seal will most likely eat me.
Aw, circle of life.
But who's going to maintain his mechanical limbs? Who's going to look after my
Wally.
baby?
You're gonna have to make another mechanical baby to look after that baby.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Take it, just stops paying attention, just starts working immediately.
Sketching out on like the bar napkin. Or right on the table.
This time a pelican.
He reaches into his European carry-all and draws out 3 bags that he sets upon the table with a very disappointing lack of clinky clink. You guys are expecting 200 gold pieces to sound very significant. And this sounds like he just gave you a bag of handkerchiefs.
Can I count it?
Ah, yes, but of course, I insist. And it is upon immediate investigation that each of you realize that the reason these bags make no noise is because they are bags of holding.
You saucy bitch.
Oh my god, I've wanted this purse forever.
It is quite possible you will have need to acquire and stow a great many things during the course of your adventure. Consider this a gift, a bond of our mutual working together.
That's good because Techie is technically classed as immobile when it comes to carry weight.
We don't want that.
You just see that Techie technically does not have any possessions. It's just the table that we're at previously just has all their stuff laid out on top of it. Just starts filling their
Well,
bags.
that's actually fantastic. Because Hillary was apparently heavily encumbered with just her basic crap. That's that low strength.
That's what happens when you dump it.
Yeah,
Can't
she's
carry
dragging
shit.
like a heavy book bag behind her, and it's all like awkward and big, and she doesn't know how to hold it because it doesn't just fit in one hand.
Yeah, I just realized I'm encumbered too.
Oh gosh.
Just sitting here is like, do I really need an iron pot and a shovel in my inventory?
Yeah.
It's essential. My friend Nora owns
Iron
an
pot and a shovel.
apothecary across the street. I encourage you to pay her a visit before heading out of town. She will give you a fair price on some restorative potions if you are in need of them.
That would be great.
Thank you for the hot tip.
Ah, yes, of course. We must all look out for each other, especially in these environs.
Yeah, let's head to Nora's then.
He's gonna step on over here to the bar real quick. Oh, whoops! I got you guys on the other map. While he's making his way to call for some glasses of Chardonnay. Many of you have never opened Chardonnay under fire before. We are going to order a glass each and bring them on over here for a little clinky clink to celebrate the signing of the contract, which really there's no paperwork, there's no actual signatures taking place. It's really just a gentle person's agreement, a handshake deal, if you will. That is a
An
good idea.
unbreakable crush.
It's a great idea. And we will, so whether you drink or not, entirely up to you. He doesn't really seem to take offense or be looking at you expectantly like, drink the poison. He drinks his and seems very satisfied with that, having passed over 600 gold before you've really done anything, and he's trusting you at your word to get the job done. Don't forget the sending stone. You'll want to drag that into your inventory if you didn't already there, Ariana. And gold coins you can freely add on as well. Bag of holding you can. That's a fun little feature there for you, Brian. I'm guessing you are unfamiliar with, but if you open your character sheet over the virtual tabletop, you need to have it open here in Roll20, i.e. not in its own separate window. But open it here in Roll20. And then you see the little logos there above the chat log. One of them is, if you hover over it, it'll show up as Compendium. It's the 3 books. I think it'll be your third icon over. Open that up, and that is our 5e information repository. You can search magic items, spells, equipment. If you're particularly interested in monsters, you can search that up. All of our books, all of our resources are in here. If you just type in Bag of H, you'll probably see Bag of Holding appear. And it's as simple as dragging that from the chat log onto your character sheet. You'll see a white box appear that says Accepting Drop from Compendium. Release it. You don't necessarily have to drop it into that white box, but once you release it onto your sheet, it will populate that item onto your character sheet. Very useful with spells, so you don't have to copy those over individually. Same thing with magic items that you may come into possession of. If you get like a +2 sword and drag that onto your character sheet, it's going to not only add the item and its weight to your inventory, it's going to create an attack block, adding all of your pertinent modifiers, so that it just saves a lot of time in that respect. Super cool feature. And with our coins in hand, our bags of holding and equipment set up right there. Wow. Burning an 18 there on a Tinker's Tools roll. It's a good thing the chair here had a loose leg and you're able to fix it up there.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Matt.
The chair's been broken for years. That's worth 1,000 gold pieces to me. No, just kidding.
I still a chair. It's it was this I used. I'm not sure if I was able to use it, but replicate magic item. I used it beforehand, obviously. I'm not sure if it costs anything or whether you need the materials to make the common magic items.
I don't think you do. I think you're able to just craft the item as it shows, based on those standards, and I think each day after each long rest, you're able to change which item, which infusions you have in hand. Yowie wowie.
Yeah, I used it to make Tools of the Master, which gives me a +1 to spell attack rolls.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I'm playing an Artificer for the first time over in J-Man's game on Tuesday nights, and I've got the dark vision goggles and the wand of secrets because I want to find all the secret doors and stuff like that.
That's why I always take proficiency in investigation. You never know.
Yes, indeed. Let's check one potion here. Quite likely that we're only going to have one. Oh my god. Very rare. Yeah, we're not going to have access to that. Or if we do, it's going to be far more expensive than you can afford. Nora's Apothecary, though. Let's just see. I don't think I have anything in the art assets library for that, but just in case I have an apothecary shop, I'm gonna drag it down and make a map for one. Nope.
Never know when we're going to get into a fight in an apothecary's.
Yeah, exactly. I've got some cool apothecary features here that, even though it's not a full-on shop, it's cool, it's fun.
What was that about? No discount?
Apothecary cabinets, get those set up. Little messel and porter, or pestle and mortar even. Apothecary satchel. Yeah, we got some supplies. More supplies. Some beetroot. Yep, just some basic stuff here. Her big discount for today, as she welcomes you in. Ah, welcome. You must be the three that Mr. Oreo was telling me about.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Ah, the pleasure is all mine. I hope we can find opportunity to do great business. Get you over here just to check out the few little details. Like I said, not a full-on shop, but a couple cool little features here to represent the shop that we find ourselves in. Set a little backdrop for where we're at, as she is in work, cutting, chopping, stemming, brewing, all kinds of different potions here inside of her kettle. It seems that you're heading in for dangerous territories. These potions of restorative, sometimes known as potions of healing, I could part with for 20 gold pieces each. Normally, you would find them double that cost.
How much are we gonna buy?
Yeah, how many of them do you have?
I could sell as many as 5 apiece to each of you.
And how much would they be, sorry?
100 coins apiece if you were to buy 5.
Could we get any discount since we would be buying so many as a group?
Well, this is already 50% off. What further discount did you have in mind?
Hillary will sit with those numbers and look like she's doing some math and then quietly nod a little bit.
Also, question: when you say 5 apiece, do you mean 5 potions each, or 100? Is it 100 for 5 potions
Yes, that
to
is what
each
I'm
of us,
saying.
or singularly?
Isn't that the same thing? I would be willing to sell 15 potions of healing for 300 gold pieces total. That would be 5 potions for each of you and 100 gold from each of you.
Okay, yes, that's what I was asking. Thank you.
Ah, good. Yes, I sometimes stumble over my words, but I apologize for any miscommunication there.
For a second there, I thought we were getting 15 potions for 100 gold, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Hillary, take the deal.
Let's check the expiration date on these.
Take the
Expired
deal.
2011. Ugh.
2d4 healing and 1d2 damage.
Plus 2 levels of exhaustion. Oh boy. Well, alright. Are each of our characters procuring 5 potions of healing? If so, you can just drag those over from the compendium, just like the bag of holding. Subtract 100 coins manually from your coins listing right there. That is in the center of your sheet between your attack blocks and your inventory, if you are not familiar. She does have a great variety of other potions available, but they are all significantly priced more than you have. The cheapest one is more than the 100-ish gold that any of you currently likely have in your possession. That,
Sorry, and are these just flat potions of healing?
yes, indeed.
Is it okay to spice them up a wee bit? For example,
Throw some
healing injection.
pumpkin spice
Sure.
in there.
Yes, indeed. The jalapeno potion. I'm a fan of that. Clears your sinuses too.
That's right, if Techie heals you with a potion, he's gonna stab you. It's like a giant EpiPen.
That's funny.
Alrighty. Well, with that being the case, let's step out for a 10-minute break here, friends, and then we will jump back in with your decision on which route you want to go. We will check for some random encounters along the way. We will likely have an encounter of some type just to get some dice rolling, get some adventure in progress, and that will all be on the other side of our 10-minute here, friends. We'll see you shortly with some more Are You Gaming?
Let's do it.
Woo-woo.
So what do you guys think? Should we swim there?
I'm kind of curious about going into the darkness.
Just saying fuck it to the quest and just exploring the map a wee bit. Hey, you know what? I respect that, and he did. Daniel did specifically give us an out by saying the guy that hired us for the job knows it'll take a while for us to accomplish it.
Dude, he'll send people to hunt us down.
I do like the idea of like a really nice businessman that turns like a fucking dime. Like nice guy to crime lord. Everyone knows the first person you interact with is the big bad. That's the rule.
Oh, snap. We can take him, guys.
Also, call it D&D racism, but I'm cautious of a tiefling that's too nice.
Hey!
I'm just saying.
Who do you think you're saying it to?
I'm just saying we're all friends here. I know Hillary's looked at Priscilla and thought, how much can I sell him for? What kind of circus is gonna take this robotic badger? What about you, Brian? Are you feeling quest orientated or minor exploration first? The long way, the short way, or the really long way?
I think Hillary would be after the quest, though. Wants to pad that resume.
Wish we could cobble together some sort of land vehicle just to move a little bit faster.
What about like horses?
Yeah, we can certainly ask.
That's probably too expensive. We just spent half our money in potions.
You mean the half of the money or the money we just got?
That's true. We're probably riding on that high of like we just got given a bunch of money and now we're getting like a bunch of potions. We got this cool bag. We got this stone. Like, Heller's doing good.
Techie is desperate to use our one use just to say hey. Just one word, hey. Just to confuse our employer.
Welcome back, friends. Hello, hello. Have we considered our path, what we're thinking of?
No strong consensus. I think quest, opposed to rogue exploring and letting the man hunt us down.
I mean, we did just get given 200 gold pieces. Like, job well done.
Hard day's work.
That motherfucker got scammed.
Unfortunately, Hillary has a strong integrity and wants to build a positive name for herself on her resume. So she's
I was
excited to dive in.
I was just thinking we should at least go there and look for it. Even if we
Yes,
decide later on that he's not worthy to have it, we can at least go get it.
that's true. Go get it for ourselves.
Just so happens to jump into one of our pockets, you know?
A lot of things happen on the road, my man. We're sorry. Shipping and handling. You didn't pay for that.
Speaking of road, I'm assuming we would take the quote-unquote safe route.
We're gonna go through the asshole farmlands and the bandit territory.
Nah, up to Roman.
I don't know. I don't know if our pockets can handle that.
Yep, Raw Mad is likely a monster stronghold. Ogres, orcs, goblins, all manner of those classic D&D tropes tend to call this entire stretch of the central Blood Gorge their territory. The weather forecast. I forgot to put this up. That may affect our decision as well. We're probably not going to be going through the Chalcom Range as it is. But if we do choose to go the Raw Mad path, maybe we don't go through the along the north side of the river.
My initial thinking was to charter a boat to take us there.
That might be spendy.
Depends if it's already going there.
Oh yeah, see if we could just get passage on something.
You know, a
If
small
it's going
port
through
near Copperhead.
bandity land or monster land. I mean, we're gonna fight something either way, so I guess it's just what do we want to fight?
What? The boats are only 34 gold pieces? Hell yeah.
34,000 gold pieces.
Let's buy a yacht.
I'm on a boat.
All
Boats and
right.
hoes.
There are, of course, options to hitch a ride via river travel. We are we are rowing against the stream, heading away from the ocean. The, I guess, downside of it right now is the only boat or the only raft that's going upriver right now is going to Crystal City, and that is their end destination. It's possible once you get there you might find another raft that's going downstream this way, but as it is right now, there's nothing. There are no direct flights between West Palm Beach and Honolulu.
Didn't dawn on me that it would be like going against the stream.
Oh, for sure, but I mean, they've definitely got ways of handling that. I mean, these are experienced riverboat travelers. It's a vital thoroughfare for the economy. It's a lifeblood in this area, and they definitely have ways of making it work. It's not the quickest way of travel, but it's definitely a potential one.
I'm guessing we want fastest.
I mean, he said he was eager, but also he didn't want to put your guys' lives at risk. So, like, don't feel pressured to, like, hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, he expects it's a long journey. Things are going to happen along the way. Number one rule of the Outlands, thou shalt get distracted by side shit every time.
Look at the shiny, shiny.
As a matter of fact, let's take a beach day here and let's go hang out at the Barrett Strait. And we'll have fun, fun, fun. Wow, look at that. The party icon fits right inside the O of Brando City. Happy accident.
Oh, nice.
So that's two potential paths we have discussed. There was, of course, the third one to the north, the unexplored route past Crystal City across the Fort Greene Bridge into who knows what. As a GM here in a Sandbox campaign, I will also throw out the option that we have 1, 2, 3 potential paths. And also 1, 2, well, this isn't working as well. And 3 player characters. I was trying to ping your guys' names at the bottom of the screen, and I just kept sending the map deeper into the abyss. But yeah, we could like totally do a 3-way party split right here at the start. And each of you take a different path, and we'll meet at the Ultima Stone. Hope, and whoever's highest level and has the most treasure wins.
Easy pass, but thank you for the idea.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with her on that one.
Come on, do it. Do it now.
There's no bad ideas in brainstorming, so let's just put a pin in that one for now.
I mean, I told you all at the start of the session my brain was missing, so I would take any advice I offer with a with a certain level of suspicion.
Should we keep it simple for now and just go farmlands?
Screw it. Let's see what those farmers got going on. Maybe they got
Honestly,
some good
out of all the others, it's probably our best one.
Yeah.
We can take the.
We just gotta deal with people.
We can take
What's
the weird.
the worst that could happen, gang?
We can take the weird
We're
northern
robbed
route
blind
on the
by
way back.
greedy farmers.
Government subsidies
Let
got
'em
you
try.
down.
A one-eyed, one-legged ship captain with a hook for a hand and a parrot on his shoulder approaches your group, rather clumsily approaching up the docks. Hey, did I hear you was looking for a ship to get you over to the western reaches?
We were floating the idea. No pun intended.
Aye, that's a
Intended.
good one. That's a good one, yes. There's a dock known as Shembri on the south side of the Amber Fields there, quite a distance from Fairfields. Me boat's gonna be putting up anchor there for a number of days. Travel through the reaches. It's a bit choppy this time of year, and I could certainly use a few extra bodies on deck if you're willing. No charge for the passage. It'll get you closer to the western reach. Not sure exactly how far you're looking to go, but he grabs out an old map of his own, nowhere near as detailed as the one we have here, and he just kind of marks, here's the Shembri docks.
Certainly a very good offer. Would get us closer and maybe get some ship experience. Something for the resume, Hillary.
I'd love to get some time in the sun. Just don't splash me. I don't like water.
We all show up at Eildor with like amazing tans,
Good.
sunglasses.
Iced drinks in our hands.
Calluses on our fingers from the rope. Yeah, I'm up for that idea.
Ain't nothing wrong with going the boat route.
Guess we're sailors.
Well, okay. Guess I better find a boat here. In the
Can
theme of
Chris
keeping
Seal
everything
swim?
improv here, I just realized there is a fourth potential route we can take, and if I rolled under a certain percentage, that would be an option. We rolled double six. Let's try it out then. A little sailboat here. Yeah, look at that baby. Be the party craft for the foreseeable future.
Tech is trying to get everyone to walk the plank.
And we're going to be cutting south through the pass right there. That's likely going to be okay. First bit of passage. Ooh, that was almost an encounter. Let's get this. Oh, you guys fell off the boat. Game over.
Wow, wow, wow.
Build a raft.
Alright, let's carve out some more of this map. Reveal, area. Like we got something over here on this island that we're passing on the east side. Looks like our captain is trying to stay as close to the western shore as he can, as he points out that there's a notorious island of rogues and ne'er-do-wells. They will, as soon as slit your throat is rob you. Be well advised to steer clear of that.
Good to know.
My side quest senses are tingling.
There's a little exclamation point popping up on the coast over there.
38, that's what happens after Dante's girlfriend breaks up with him. Let's see, polygon. Let's get our next bit here.
Fighting Pokemon. Damn, this went more south than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, even getting the occasional glimpse at the map right here. This is one of the better put together maps I think I've done through Incarnate. If you guys are unfamiliar with that one, that's a pretty cool map making, digital map making tool. Constantly getting updates. They have like fun little map making contests that I never have time to invest into anyway. But you get some cool ideas, and I think their annual subscription is like $25, so pretty solid. I might build like 2 or 3 maps a year, but as opposed to $5 a month, just totally worth it. Okay, 38%. That's an interesting one. Okay. We'll close in this way, another 6 miles. I'm thinking at this point we're about ready to call it a day and get our long rest. Put up anchor close to shore here on the south side. Hopefully nobody comes and bothers us from the island here overnight. That will be determined by the random encounter dice, however. Yeah, so far these dice don't want us to have any adventure. We're not having any encounters or any of that. Yeah, we're going to get a long rest with this group before we have our first encounter ever. How about that? Get a full night's sleep.
Good. Hillary needs her beauty sleep.
Yeah, we chose the boat to relax.
Yeah, it's working out pretty well so far. I mean, I would say these are the same encounter results you would get if we were on land, but who knows? Okay, the next day is a different issue altogether. 11, my favorite number. Alrighty. We're going to reveal this whole island right here, as well as a bit of lore.
An ominous name.
Maybe a little bit. Get a bit more of that. There we go, that looks good. I'm telling you, you'll just have to take me word for it. Unless we get used to being in each other's acquaintance for a great long time on end. That there island right there, and he points over to the Vanishing Isle. It's I'd say it's here half the time, and it's not here half the time. And when it's not here, it's just still waters. You can sail right over it. I've done it, I'm telling you. I've never set foot on that thing because it's just filled with all manner of weird rumors and legends that I ain't put no stock into, but it's said to be, oh God, what is it? An epicenter, I think is the word they used for unstable magics, wild magics. And that's why the Isle is so chaotic and in flux. I don't know if that's necessarily why it is, but I can say that the island itself, it's earned that name. Aye.
Damn, that is fascinating.
Brazil
Hillary's just
thinks
taking
you're a
them off
liar.
me.
Well, let's check some random encounters for this day. Well, now we're talking. However, I think we might as well back out of the adventure playlist here and go with something a bit more general RP, as we call it. Because the random encounter dice are showing friendly for today. 10s are good. And we're going to show, as the first couple hours of travel, something favorable, but on what scale?
We see a mermaid.
Quick, tie yourselves to the ship.
Tie ourselves upside down so when the boat flips, we'll be right side up.
Big brain.
It'll work, I'm telling you.
All right, there are 3 individuals approaching your ship, and they are riding on flying brooms. They are approaching from the front side of your ship. They are not brandishing arms. They're certainly approaching at a range where if they were intent on attacking you, they're probably at the optimal range. So their approach does not appear to be aggressive. The captain, nevertheless, is very, very leery of their approach. I've seen these individuals floating around these parts before. Never had cause to encounter them. Wonder what they want.
Captain, we'll play it by ear.
Captain does what now?
The people that are approaching, he's a bit nervous about it. I'm saying we'll play it by ear.
Don't see as we've much option, considering the nature of their approach.
I mean, we... Turnabout cannons!
You must be confusing this for a warship. We got no armaments of that type. We got a small crew here that can defend us in the event of an incursion, but any cannons or catapults start blasting, we'd be best advised to put the winds at our back and get away from them.
I should have taken the catapult spell.
Yes, you should have. The individuals on broomback quickly arrive at the front of the boat. Aye, hail, well met. How goes your travels today? Captain responds, fair enough. What business have ye? Broomback responds, there's rumors of underwater activity. Large beast attacking ships. Small vessels like your own. We're here to offer what support we can. May we board? Oh, how convenient. They want an offer to board. They've got obviously magical stuff. I don't know. He's going to roll an insight check.
Damn.
I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do. If your group is so inclined, you may also roll your insight checks. Likewise, how we did earlier with, I think it was persuasion.
Brazil thinks they're lying.
Look at Brian, a -1, getting an 18. Money dice right there. These guys have a trustworthy bearing to them. There is nothing deceitful or suspicious about their actions. So Hillary, Hikaru, and the captain all feel somewhat comfortable allowing them on board, whereas the press heel just immediately goes on the attack and starts attacking these guys once their boots touch ground.
Can I reach out to like hold Priscilla back?
Woo, 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 woo.
Down, boy, down, boy.
And our leader of the trio of magical broom riders. We've not gotten sight of this thing ourselves, but these items will certainly make any attacks a bit more easier to endure. And he reaches into a satchel and pulls out a gun and says, stick 'em up, give me all your money. No, just kidding. He reaches into the satchel and pulls out a trio of potions, and then another trio of potions, and then he pulls out a few more of the same kind for our NPC crewmates and the captain. The 3 potions are, of course, for our 3 characters here. There are 3 potions of water breathing. And there are 3 potions of speed.
Hell yeah.
Get yourself a haste action for 10 rounds. If you find yourself in need of it, and just in case you find yourself capsized or in a tenuous position where you need to breathe water as oxygen, this will come in handy. Otherwise, that appears to be the end of their business. After passing over these items, they're not charging you anything. It looks like perhaps maybe the government of Brando City has commissioned them to do this. There aren't really any benevolent organizations in the region that are flying around handing out thousands of gold pieces of free potions to random passerby. So this does kind of strike in keeping with Brando City policies. These are their waterways as they see them, and some of these islands are well known for nefarious activity very close by. And now there's apparently a kraken or a leviathan or a frickin' what the hell's the giant turtle one that has an island for its shell on its back? I forget. It starts with a Z. All I can think right now is Zataran, but I'm like, no, that's rice and pasta.
You do get dragon turtles.
Dragon turtles, is that what it's called? I thought it started with a Z. Maybe that was back in like second edition. But apparently there's something of that nature in the region as well. So Brando City is protecting the waterways, even if the ships do not bear the official sigils of the government. And with that being the case, these guys are ready to take off and leave you all to your devices.
Hell yeah.
Hillary will thank them as they fly away. Oh my god, the people here are so nice.
Okay, and yeah, all good things come to an end. Let's go ahead and sail into the Bermuda Triangle here.
Woo! Lifelong goal.
Yeah, right there. Right here. Reveal. Figure since we're going through here, let's make our mark on the region and be the first party ever to explore the Sunken Dungeon.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently the random encounters didn't want us to have anything in that respect. I was going to have a ship pull up beside you, maybe a little plank-to-plank combat right there. The random dice wanted to afford us safe passage through here, so that got us a bit further along than we might have been otherwise. But as the second day draws to a close, maybe not, because yeah, we ended our day like right here. And now we're 6, 10, 18. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the day. It's like mid-afternoon at this point. We still got some sunlight left. The waters become very choppy and very unstable, and the efforts of the crew to right the boat are without avail, as we are increasingly drawn into the center of the most open section of water we've found so far. Good 10 miles or so off of any shorelines that we have encountered recently. We're about as secluded as we have felt in this region so far. The planks and the hull begin cracking and splintering apart as water starts rushing over the edge. Crewmates begin flying off of the side. Many of them, well before we reach this point, are having the cognizance to down the potions that they were given. I believe that's going to give you hours and hours of water breathing, but let's double check. 1 hour. So I am incorrect, but it is 1 hour. Let's do this, 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 this. Yeah, that's the details of it right there. And again, many of our crewmates are guzzling these potions in preparation for what they're hoping will be a swim back to shore, but the whirlpool is going to pull this breaking ship under the waters, as well as our crew, to an entirely new location. Let's get this set up. Oh, Ariana. This is where it gets a little weird. We're going to build a map on the spot. And I want to make sure there is dynamic lighting, because otherwise you guys are going to see the entire map. Right from the get-go, we don't want that. Ooh, dark fog beta. We'll turn that on. Yeah, creepy, creepy.
Captain, stop smoking from your pipe. We can't see.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yes, I have.
It's not me.
I definitely have some underwater maps here. It's just a matter of. Oh, beautiful! I found the right keyword from the beginning. I only have this one set, though. It might be time to finally try to purchase a new underwater map pack. Because I think I've used all these maps right here, and I'm not opposed to reusing maps as the situation dictates, but we've used 2 of these in the recent Coalescence campaign. And J-Man is using a different underwater one right now for his Tuesday night campaign. So let's try to find something here that's useful, affordable. 9 total underwater maps and a bonus campsite. I'd like to see an underwater campsite. Woo woo woo. None of these fit an underwater dungeon. Here we go. This will sort us out a little better. Atlantis Underwater Dungeon. That looks fun. 15 battle maps. That is a possibility. Okay, filtering, we've got it down to the final 30. It's definitely going to be one of these here. We're going to save ourselves a great amount of time by purchasing a map that is already dynamically lit. Then I'll just have to import that baby in. Oh dear, what's going on here? I do want to play. I would like nothing better, but oh, time and distance. Alright, let's try this again. Apparently there are not 30 options, but only 24 of them. 3, 4, 5. I do like this guy. Bought his maps before. We might have a winner. Definitely getting it narrowed down. Okay, got it. We got a winner. All set, all set. Purchased. Now I need to back out of our game here so I can install the update. Friday Crew. Game add-ons. We want the water something. I don't want to give it all away. Got that. Now I can rejoin. Oh wow. That's significantly smaller than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. I may have been bamboozled. All right. We'll make it work. Definitely used to the maps we're using having a bit more explorability to them, but sometimes a simple, quick exploration is also worth its value. Lighting, all set. Update, explore, no daylight mode. We'll take that, we'll move you all over to here. You guys are just like, what's the difference? And one by one, let's get your tokens on the board. Boom, 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 and last but not least, right over to here. Interesting. You should be able to see. Can you guys see?
I can.
Yay.
Yep.
Okay, I just have a little glitch here with my Roll20 then. It's my side apparently that has to be reloaded. Let me do that real quick. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Yep. I know what the problem is. Rookie mistake, Daniel. Good job. There it is. Okay. Need to make it so that I can see through your tokens. If I can't, then the players watching our stream can't see it either. Alright, we'll do that. Get Hillary. Everybody can see. I can control.
It does have her old name. I don't know if that's important.
Oh! It does. Okay, yeah, I can change that. No problem. Role playing unlimited. That is, I guess that's me, but that's also us. No RU without you. We'll change that. We'll put Hillary in place right there. We will link the token permanently, so now when we drag it out, it should have the correct name. Okay, so just hold off on any great exploration here, as this is also an old map that does not use the updated door icons. So I'm going to add a few of those in for us. Get there, get there. Yep, yep. Thank you. Okay. Now to delete the old layering issues. Install those. Question, did any of our characters not drink their potion of water breathing? If so, we may need to roll some constitution saves after a certain number of rounds of being unable to hold your breath for too long.
Now Hillary downed hers in one shot.
Techie is wondering if he could have gotten an extra one for his defender while they were on the ship.
Does it need to breathe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think even though narratively we changed it up, I think its technical attributes would still remain, which should have like a mechanical nature might be the ability I'm thinking of.
Priscilla has a little scuba tank attached to him.
And yes, Hikaru used his potion as well.
Beautiful. Get that. We'll take that. Close that off. Excellent. Okay, we have doors in our dungeon. Checking all of these. Yep. Yep. Final adjustments for that. Not too bad. Constructing a playable area in 10 minutes. I'll
Boom.
get there. What is that? Oh, that's interesting. Didn't even realize what was all on this map. But some cool stuff nonetheless. Okay, okay. Alright, general features are set. Now I just gotta find one last little thing here for us. That should get us through to the end of the session, I think. Where are you? There you are. All right, I think we got something we can work with here. Thank you for your patience. Let's get let's get into some play here. We've got, I believe this area is providing a natural light. Looks to be a giant translucent dome that a magical light has been set within, illuminating the area for all of you. Not that you needed it with dark vision, but sometimes light is handy. We have a clear view of the circular room that we find ourselves in. No sign of the captain, the crew, or the ship. There was a brief moment where we briefly lost consciousness as we were being pulled under, and the tumult and the just the general chaos of everything seems to have rendered us incapacitated for at least a moment or two. But each of you can very distinctly sense that the exit from this place are the stairs here behind you. So if you want to get out of here and potentially reconvene with any other survivors of your crew, that's probably the way to go. If you want to explore the area where we now find ourselves, it's probably further up in this direction, where we can all see a door up atop some stairs on the northern side of the room. Your call entirely.
I mean, we're already here.
It'd be a shame to not know what was behind that door. Like,
I say go for it.
just a little
More
peek.
money in our pocket.
Just a peek. Yeah, just a little peeksy.
Rasil, open.
The dungeon we're in, is there any sort of like markings or engravings or anything on the walls, or is it just like flat?
There are no writings that you can detect. Likewise, the entire area is submerged, so unless your character has a natural swim speed, your movement is halved. And likewise, there are other effects on combat and things of that nature, but we will cross that bridge when we come to them if there are any things under here that want to fight us. Oh, my bowl is empty. Nobody tries to impede your progress. No obvious instruments of doom here upon the staircase.
Go for it, Hillary. You've got this.
Yeah, Hillary's kind of like standing on the edge and she's thinking about it.
Oh!
I don't know. What if there's something spooky behind there? I don't know if I could take a lot of hits.
Don't worry, Priscilla's with you.
Oh, wait.
Oh no! That's not what I want to hear when I move one square.
Is that only showing up for me, or is that showing for everybody?
That's shown for me, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm getting it too.
Alright, so Hillary is right here when Admiral Akbar announces the trap, which thankfully is a natural one to attack your steel defender. From that space, we should also... I guess we're not seeing the trap, but that should certainly be revealed at this point.
Priscilla checks his suit. Make sure there's no leaks.
I mean, fortunately, you're not getting stabbed every time you stab over that or stand over it, but you can't imagine that's going to be the case for too long here. That spear is continually being triggered by seemingly anybody's presence going up the stairs.
Priscilla like stuck.
This feels like an secret agent avoiding the lasers pose. Just like one-footed while standing on the stairs. Techie will try and run over and see if they can glean if he can stop the trap.
I also have mage hand.
If anybody has the means to disarm traps, this would be an appropriate time for it. Otherwise, seemingly your best go is to hopefully make it up the stairs without being affected by the spear and making it through the door on the other side. Or perhaps option C, which I have not considered.
Would you accept Tinker's tools to try and disable it?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Hikaru, do you have any proficiencies like that with traps?
I've got all I have is I don't think so unless sleight of hand counts.
Thieves' tools, perhaps?
I do have thieves' tools.
Okay. Yes, it would be a thieves' tools that would be required to sabotage a trap to disable it. I would also start us, that would be for more advanced trap. In this case, yeah, just a simple thieves' tools check against the necessary DC, yet to be established. We can certainly get that going. You're going to have to be up there in the area, though, if you want to interact with the trap.
I'll give Hikaru the help action, if possible.
Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
I am, actually.
Okay, then. Is Presiel staying there in the way while we're trying to do this?
Well, I assume Priscilla wouldn't be able to move. They will move away.
Yeah, moving away seems to be okay, but if you step back onto it, you're likely to be impaled by that spear that keeps popping out of the stairway there. And same thing with skills, attacks, all that. If you find your thieves' tools on the left center-ish part of your sheet, you can click that. It's going to ask for the relevant attribute. In this case, that would be dexterity. Someday. And when you are prepared, Hikaru, you may roll that up.
We believe in you.
Don't kill us.
There
Dear.
isn't. It's not.
There it
Oh, it's
is.
asking for.
Oh. I think you're on a delay here, and you probably clicked it a few times thinking it wasn't appearing, and now it's all spamming through at once.
Yeah, my bad. That's exactly what happened.
That's it's a common Roll20 issue. I've been doing this for a decade on here, so I know the signs. Unfortunately, we do go with the first roll in those occasions, which turned out to be a nat 1. Yowie wowie. In that case, we're going to check the chances here. It's not guaranteed that you get affected by it, but because you're interacting with it, it's possible that this thing is going to affect you. No, it doesn't seem to want to work. Alright, let's, just wanted to show you guys the trap, but if that's going to make it so that it doesn't work. Oh, ouch! Yeah, and unfortunately, Hikaru is the one we wanted on the front lines stepping into here, because he actually has the passive perception, as we can see, to spot a hidden weapon trap, which would also bring this yellow sphere into play, indicating the trap's area of effect. Unfortunately, he gets stabbed for 3 points of damage in his attempt to disarm the trap. You can track that on your character sheet or off of the token. It will apply to either side.
Oh, I never knew we could do it from the token.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Learn something new every time. Let's see. There. Yep, you are free to give it another go here to disable the trap. First time did not work out. Second time, if we want to try to disable it, if we have another option or idea for how to bypass.
Oh, guidance. Is that just to ability checks?
This would be an ability check. It's a skill check, so that certainly can apply. We've got a help action here, which unfortunately it was the difference between a natural 1 and a 2 on that first roll, but between a help action and a guidance, we might be able to bypass this a little more efficiently.
Teamwork.
Woo, woo, woo.
You got this, Hikaru.
Give it a shot.
Hikaru, you good?
Oh yeah. That will get the job done. DC for that one was a 13. So that will disable the trap, opening the stairway, hopefully without any further problems. We'll have to test that out, though.
Prissy, go get that door, would you please?
So helpful.
Ooh.
Thankfully, it's not a trapped door, but it is a locked door. Looks like we're not done with those thieves' tools yet. We're going to have to break those out to get past the door into the next area.
A
All
quick
right.
slide event. Hell yeah.
Very, very good. That is certainly sufficient. Need to make another adjustment here, if I can. don't know, maybe. Oh, you son of a... Alright. Sometimes the filtering tool here in Roll20 is not the best. Okay, we got a few options. What the F is that? Sure, let's play. Let's do it.
Ominous. Concerning.
Alright, we'll play that. We'll do that. Bring you up. Close you
Plot
out.
twist, it's Nihilus.
Yes! Yes, we're not done yet.
This is where he ended up.
Alright, door is unlocked. Any of you may click it to abre. Hey! Hello.
Ah!
We got ourselves a scorpion, an underwater scorpion. Strange as that may be, I'm actually going to back Hikaru up into here as the sight of this creature, while perhaps a bit alarming, is not a surprise. Likewise, it was aware of you on the other side of the door trying to unlock it, or whatever the case may be, it is likewise not surprised by your sudden appearance. And thus, we are going to bring up our turn order. We will have each of you click the initiative button on your character sheet there at the top. That will get you into the turn order. Get this opened for our guy here. Sort the order like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are missing somebody. I think it's the oh, nope.
Priscille just goes after me anyway, so...
That is correct. I think I saw you, or I thought I saw you roll for the companion, but yeah, that was just you rolling for yourself. Alright, so let's get one round of some fight here before we close out our introductory session here for Friday nights. Let's play a little bit. Go ahead, Techie, you got the first top spot.
Vicky will move past Priscille.
Remember, movement rates are halved underwater, unless you are an aquatic race.
I would have enough movement as half. Thank God. Priscille will give up their bonus action so that... No, sorry, Teki will give up their bonus action so that Priscille can attack, first of all.
Oh!
Is a 12 hit?
It touches the monster, but does not bypass the armor class. Just smacks up against the armored side of this thing.
Some bitch. And Teki will take an attack as well.
That's a different matter entirely. 16 will just stab through, dealing a bit of damage right there.
Thank God. And Teki will leave it there.
Okay, the giant water scorpion will activate next. We can make 2 claw attacks. I do believe we will split the difference here. First on Tech, second on Preciel. A 17 to hit Tech. Ouch, that is a close, near miss there for the first attack.
Engaged.
Next, Oh, if we had advantage. Likewise. Miss. All right. Hikaru, your first turn at the Role-Playing Unlimited table. Welcome.
How do you measure movement distance?
Each square is 5 feet. Likewise, on the left of your virtual tabletop, you'll see that taskbar with a variety of things. One of them is the measurement ruler. You can click that to show things in a variety of paths, whether it's a straight line, whether it's a cone. If your movement rate is 15, you could theoretically get like up to here, which would put you in a flanking position, giving you advantage on your attack roll.
That would be pretty smart movement.
I don't know about that. There we go. And clicking your attack, just like any other function on your sheet. The addendum for your case is before you hit the attack, you should see just below that a sneak attack box. You will want to check that as on, and then click your attack so that it accounts for all of your information at once. Oh, double sevens. Yowie wowie. Well, that will certainly clang off the armored carapace of our first foe. For no damage, unfortunately. I believe as a rogue, that bonus action you could use for disengage if you, well, you've already used all your movement, so you could use it for a dash if you wanted to move another 15, but that would potentially open up a free attack from our guy here. Not really seeing that it has a lot of use here, but that's entirely up to you. Otherwise, we will pass it to Hillary for your first turn here tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay here.
Very cool.
What's
Oh, it
Hillary
looks like
gonna
I
do?
need to add my Hell or Eldritch Blast to my attacks.
Ooh.
Oh no, I was clicking on spells. That's right. Magic user.
Some details about our underwater combat
Oh
here.
snap! We're underwater.
Yeah. Ranged weapons automatically miss if you're attacking at the second range. If you're attacking at normal range, it has disadvantage unless it is a crossbow, net, or a thrown weapon like a javelin, spear, trident, or dart. If you're making a melee weapon attack, a creature that does not have a swimming speed has disadvantage on the attack roll unless it's a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. Rapier. I would. Interesting. Yeah, rapier does not fit that qualification, so technically that attack would have been a miss, but we're not going to reverse that. Just something to keep in mind for next time. So you certainly can attack, it's just a disadvantage.
Okay. And it's disadvantage here if I get closer. Does it just stay at disadvantage because we're underwater?
It does, yeah.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I'll just attack from disadvantage.
Double natural 20s. Oh, or just automatically roll damage. That's a cool way to get past the system mechanics.
Ah.
Oh, that's a hex too. That's not even Eldritch Blast. Put the pipe down.
What? That came out as hex?
Yeah, it did.
There
Hello.
we go. Did that work?
Wow, look at that. A 14 is this thing's armor class exactly. So even with disadvantage, you just hit for 9 damage. Solid strike right there.
I don't like fish.
There we go. All right. Got this thing down a fair amount. We don't need to track our turn order, unlike our other tables, because we are not sharing this table with any other group that's going to come in here and take over the turn order. We just need to send it back to our loading opening screen here. And as expected, a bit of a slow intro here. We're trying to build the campaign in progress, so definitely appreciate your patience and all of your attitude in that response. Definitely a smooth and successful first session here, I would say. We got our party established, we got a quest chosen here, and now that we've got that picked, I can start the creative process on some more definitive encounters ahead of us, as well as possibly strategizing some random encounters while I get a better feel for the setting that we are creating. Otherwise, a great job here tonight. Ariana, as always, a pleasure. Paul, likewise. Brian, pleasure to make your acquaintance here, and looking forward to a lot more adventures ahead. DJ also saying he might have another player joining our community, hopefully for this table, so we will check in with that.
Sounds good to me. Can't wait.
Yes, indeed, my friends. Thank you for a great first session here for our, what is so far being called the Isilya Sandbox campaign. Thanks for hanging out on Twitch and building up those Beskar bucks, contributing towards our community challenge. Looks like we are ahead of the curve in that respect, so keep it going, friends. We will catch up with you tomorrow, probably with a video game stream, possibly unlikely, but possibly later tonight with another video game stream. Otherwise, friends, we will catch you next time around. Much love all, and are you with us?
Great session.
Good job, crew.